Hi students, welcome you all to this session. Today we are going to discuss the properties of integers under addition and subtraction, which is given in page number 5. So you can all take page number 5 children in your textbook, or you can refer page number 5 in your PDF. Okay, after discussing the properties, you can go to the exercise 1.2. Okay. You have to take page number 5 in your textbook. Okay, in page number 5 they have given properties of integers under addition and subtraction. So we are going to deal with the properties of integers under this addition and subtraction. I hope we have discussed these properties in our previous session. During our refreshing classes we have discussed these properties. So I am again recalling the properties. Okay, in closure property, how many integers we will use here? 2 integers. So I am writing 2 integers, and if I am adding these 2 integers is also an integer. Okay, in closure property what I am going to do? I am going to take 2 integers and I am going to add those 2 integers. My answer is also an integer. Next, I am going to take 2 integers again. I am going to subtract a minus b is also an integer. Okay, I am going to subtract 2 integers. My answer will also be an integer. Okay, next, commutative property. Okay, for commutative also we are going to deal with 2 integers a comma b. I am going to take 2 integers and I am going to form a commutative property under addition. Okay, so how it will be? A plus b equal to b plus a. Okay, a plus b equal to b plus a. Next, I am going to form a under subtraction we are going to find whether it is possible or not. Okay, so I'll see a comma b, I am going to take it. So a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Okay, so in commutative property it does not satisfy for subtraction. Okay, always I hope so I have given examples for all those things in your previous session, but here I am just going to give an example for the subtraction. Okay, example, I am going to take a as minus 2, b as 4. Okay, so now listen, a minus b. A minus b means minus 2 minus 4. Right, minus 2 minus 4, minus 6. Then b minus a. So 4 minus of minus 2. So 4 plus 2, 6. Here minus 6, here plus 6. So both are not same. Therefore, a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Here listen, commutative property will satisfy for addition but not for subtraction. But closure property will satisfy for both addition as well as subtraction for integers alone. Okay, for integers it will satisfy for both, but for integers commutative satisfy for addition alone, not for subtraction. Okay, here next property is associative under addition, and you are going to prove whether it is for subtraction. Okay, associative I am going to take for 3 integers. Till now for closure and commutative how many integers we have taken? 2. But in associative we are going to take 3. Okay, so associative is a comma b comma c. If I am taking, I will get a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. Okay, a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. For under addition it is satisfied. Okay, but for subtraction it is not satisfied because commutative is not satisfied, right? So this is also not satisfied. Okay, since commutative under subtraction is not satisfied, associative under subtraction is also not satisfied. Okay, next we are going to deal with additive identity. Okay, additive identity means, listen, so if I'm taking additive identity, we are considering 0 as is the additive identity. Why? Because if I am adding any integer a, if I am adding any integer a with 0, I will get that same integer a. Okay, if I am adding any integer a with 0, I will get the same integer. Example C, minus 2 is one integer, right? So if I am adding minus 2 plus 0, I will get minus 2. So the same minus 2 you are getting. So 0 is our additive identity. Understood? Next is your exercise 1.2. Okay, before exercise 1.2, you have example 1, which is your homework. Okay, so next see exercise 1. Write exercise 1.2. In that first question, write down the pair of integers whose sum is minus 7. Okay, that which you are going to add two integers and you are getting the answer as minus 7. Okay, sum is minus 7. We have to find the pair. Pair means two integers you are going to, pair means what? 2. So you are going to add two integers and my answer should be minus 7. So can we put any integers? Your answer can be different. Okay, so how can we add any two integers and you get minus 7? Here, minus 9 plus 2. Can we do it? Because minus 9 is one integer, 2 is one integer. This is negative integer, this is positive integer. I am going to add those two, say different sign. So you will subtract and you write 7. And which is a greater number? Minus, so minus 7. So can we get this? I am adding minus 9 and 2 and I am getting minus 7. So minus 9 and 2 is a pair of integer where we are getting sum as minus 7. Understood? Next, difference is minus 10. Okay, now what they are saying? Difference of two integers, you are getting minus 10. Difference means subtraction. That you are clear, right? So I am going to subtract two integers and I am getting minus 10. Okay, so listen. So what you have to get? 5 minus 15. Can we do it? 5 comma 15 is the pair of integers. I am going to subtract these two to get minus 10. So 5 minus 15. So which is a greater number here? 15. So what is the sign of 15? Minus. So minus 10. Is it correct? 5 comma 10 is a pair of integer. Okay. Next, C question is your homework. Next is your second question. Okay. A question, see, write a pair of negative integer. In first question what they gave, write down the pair of integers. It can either be positive also, negative also, no problem. Then if you do sum, you will get some result. If you do difference, you will get some result. But here, write a pair of negative integers. So that two pair should be a negative integer. So, the two numbers should be a negative integer. If you do the difference of two integers, you should get 8. So, I am going to do difference of two negative integer. I will get 8. So, this is also a negative integer, this is also a negative integer. But in previous problem, it can be both negative also, both positive also. It can be negative and positive also, no problem. But here they are asking to find a pair of negative integer. So this integer also should be negative. This integer also should be negative. Then you have to subtract these two to find the 8. Okay. So now I am taking negative integers, they have said you already. So what I have written is, okay, now I am just taking any two. You can think many possibilities are there. Okay. What is one of your possibilities? Can you say me? Can you able to recall within yourself? Okay, what is negative integers you can take here? Here we have taken two negative integers. So I am taking the negative integer as minus 10 and minus 18. You can take any other different negative integers, no problem. But here the negative integers are minus 10 and minus 18. Okay, see, minus into minus plus. So, minus 10 plus 18. So, what is my answer? Plus 8 I am getting. Right. So, here minus 10 is one negative integer. Minus 18 is one negative integer. So, the question they have asked you to find a pair of negative integers. So, I am getting a pair of negative integers. Okay. Next, write a negative integer and a positive integer whose sum is minus 5. So, I am going to add two integers to get the sum as minus 5. So, sum I have written two integers, I should get minus 5. So, I am going to add the negative integer and a positive integer. So, what you can think? Any two negative integer and a positive integer you can write it. So, okay. So, what your answer should be? Minus 5. So, now listen, I am taking minus 10 plus 5. You can take any other because this is one negative integer, this is one positive integer. I am adding these two, I am getting minus 5. So, did you got the answer? So, what is the pair you are getting? Minus 10 comma 5. So, this is negative, this is positive. So, if adding those two, you are getting minus 5. But here both are negative. I am subtracting, I am getting 8. Understood? Your second question C is your homework. Okay, this is same what we have taught already. Next is your third question. Okay, in a quiz, Team A scored minus 40 comma 10 comma 0. Okay, minus 40 comma 10 comma 0. Then Team B scored 10 comma 0 comma minus 40 in 3 successive rounds. In first round it has scored minus 40, second round 10 marks, third round 0 marks. Then Team B 10 marks he has scored first round, 0 marks in second round, minus 40 in third round. So we are getting Team A and Team B marks. Which team scored more? So what you will find? If you add this mark and this mark only, you can compare and say which team has scored more. Right. So now I am going to add Team A. Okay. Minus 40 plus 10 plus 0. Right. Minus 40 plus 10. Minus 30. Okay. Correct. Minus 40 plus 10 minus 30. Minus 30 plus 0 minus 30. Next. Team B. 10 plus 0 plus minus 40. Okay, now 10 plus 0, 10 plus into minus, minus 40. 10 minus 40, minus 30. So, both the team has scored same marks. Okay, they asked you which team scored more. But here, Team A has also scored minus 30. Team B also scored minus 30. So, both the marks are same. Therefore, both have scored same mark. Can we say that we can add integers in any order? Yes, we can add integers in any order so that you can get the same value. See here, here 40 is there, here also 40 is there. Here 10 is there, here also 10 is there. 0 is there, 0 is also. But we are adding that in different way. 40 first you are adding, 10 you are adding, 0 you are adding, you are getting minus 30. Then here 10 you are adding first, 0 you are adding, then 40 you are adding. So you are getting minus 30. So if you add in any order also, you will get the same answer. Here they have given quiz mark for Team A they have given, marks for Team B they have given. Just I am adding Team A mark and Team B mark. Both are scoring same mark. So we are saying that both have scored same. Okay, understood? This is your fourth question. Here we are going to do the fill in the blanks. To do this fill in the blanks, you should be very clear in your closure property, commutative property, associative property, additive identity, additive inverse. Okay, if these 5 are clear, you can write it very easily. Okay, so listen, first question. Minus 5 plus minus 8 equal to minus 8 plus, it looks like A plus B equal to B plus A, right? So can we A plus B, then B plus A, what is the A value? Minus 5. So minus 5 plus minus 8 is equal to minus 8 plus minus 5. So what property it is? Commutative property of integers. Okay, under addition. Next, minus 53 plus dash, it will give minus 53. So if that integer itself should come, means if you add with what, you will get the same integer? 0. So 0 is our additive identity. If you are adding any integer with 0, you will get the same integer. So this property is additive identity property. Next, this is one integer. If you are adding that integer with what integer, you will get 0. It's inverse. Okay. If you are adding an integer, if positive integer means additive inverse will be negative. If negative means positive. So plus 17 means you will write here minus 17. If it is here minus 17, you will write as plus 17 here. So this is the property of additive inverse. Next, here totally how many integers are given? 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. So what property? Obviously it is associative property. Okay. So associative property is a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. Right? Sorry. A plus b plus c. Right? Like this you have associative property. So this is my a, this is my b. C we have to find. Here a, b, c. C is minus 7. So a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. Understood? Next, this is also an associative property. A plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. So this is my a, this is my b, this is my c. So a, b, c is minus 3, which is actually remaining. 4 is there, 4 is there. 15 is there, 15 is there. So what it is not there? Minus 3. So write the minus 3 as such. So while reading this, you should be concentrated in your properties which is given in before this exercise x1.2. Read that carefully and do this fill in the blanks. Understood, children?
Today's session we have discussed what are the problems which is given in exercise 1.2, and example 1 is your homework. Then exercise 1.2 I am giving first problem, C question is your homework. Then second problem, C question is your homework. I hope you all understood, children. Thank you.